Good morning. Please stand and please place your right hand over your heart for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Don't run. Just walk. Just walk.
Please remain standing as we recite the Lincoln Creed. I am a student at
Lincoln Leadership Academy Charter School. I am created with a mighty purpose and destiny. I am educable, successful, and strong. I am disciplined and capable, uniquely talented, willing to love, learn, lead, and serve my generation.
Please remain standing for the national anthem. Immediately following the national anthem, Jocelyn Fuentes will begin the ceremony with the class of 2026's opening remarks.
perilous fire. For the numbers we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket trigger, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does God's might open away, or the land of the free and the home of the brave. You may be seated. Good morning. My name is Jocelyn Fuentes. On behalf of our class, we would want to welcome our parents, grandparents, family, friends, Lincoln staff, and Lincoln students to our 8th grade moving up ceremony at Lincoln Leadership Academy Charter School. This year was a very challenging, exciting, and sometimes difficult year. We were back and forth, sometimes in person to virtual learning, and we had so many assignments and projects to complete to help us prepare for 9th grade. We had math, then we didn't have math, then we had math again. Even though times were uncertain, the Lincoln staff helped us stay the course, and we always knew that we had so many people looking up for us. We would like to thank the teachers, staff, and administration here at Lincoln. Without your help and motivation, we would not be here before you today. We know you make countless phone calls and send so many emails keeping us motivated. While we not all have said thank you, we really do want to say thank you. I'll say a big thank you to our parents and family for putting us in Lincoln and supporting us along the way. There is someone who always has Lincoln community's best interests at heart and whose dream is what made Lincoln a reality. Mrs. Figueroa believes in all of us here at Lincoln, and we are so grateful to have her as our leader. Please help us in welcoming our principal and CEO, Mrs. Figueroa.
Wow. Welcome parents, family members, friends. Thank you for just an awesome year, right? The year that will always go down in the history as the year, as was said, right? Mask, no mask, temperatures, social distancing, but we're here. So give it up. We're here. So my message this morning, and parents, thank you for trusting us over the years with your most precious possessions, which are your children. And this morning, I'd like to quickly address and congratulate our 8th grade class of 2022 and our senior high school class of 2026. And you know what? Today we celebrate. You guys look a little bit more excited. Like you're 8th grade going into high school, right? We honor and we celebrate. We're all here for you. We are all here for you. And today we celebrate you on this special day, right? A day you have worked hard for, even under the cover of COVID. And today, listen to this, because, right, you're special. You make history as the first kindergarten through 8th grade class ever in the history of Lincoln Leadership Academy Charter School. Yay! Woo! You were our first kindergarten class to begin at Lincoln in 2013. What a special honor, guys, to carry that with you into high school. And you know the cool thing about it is that no one can take that place from you. It's yours to keep forever. For as long as Lincoln lives, it is your place to keep as the first 8th grade class from kindergarten, and you will be the first senior class in 2026. Since kindergarten, you guys stood out to us as a group that would not let the noise, and some of you may call it the drama, distract you from taking care of your business. We would often comment, the staff and I, on how mature and wise many of you were. You were like little old people. That's how mature you were. You were serious about following the rules and doing what was right, even when you thought no one was looking. You have remained constant and steady over the 9 years here at Lincoln. You have continued to stand out as one of our, this is being live streamed. I was going to say, as one of our best classes since opening in 2009. Don't tell anybody. You 8th grade class of 2022 will be the first class to graduate in 2026, carrying the distinction of a complete Lincoln leader. You are the first group that will embody the values and DNA of Lincoln since your first school experience in kindergarten. You will reflect the true heart of Lincoln in what you do and how you do it. You will do what is right and stick to your convictions. You know, there's a story, right, that I love from a book that I love of people long ago who were enslaved by a king, right? And that king sent out, he had an empire, had slaves, a whole nation, and sent out his army to find the finest young men in the land. And he wanted to find this young men because he wanted to bring them into the kingdom, right? And so he wanted young men that knew the language, were educated, knew the culture. So the soldiers went out and found 4 men. The king was so impressed by these young men that he invited them into his kingdom and made him a part of his world. These young men, not much older than you, behaved and lived their lives with conviction. Regardless of what was popular in the culture around them, they remained faithful to what they knew in their hearts was right. Because of their convictions, they stood apart and finally convinced the king to free their people. And the king did. And these young men saved their people because of their strong belief in doing right and standing on the side of justice. I love that story. Like those young men, listen, you too will be sought after by those in power. They will seek you for your knowledge, your education, your integrity. Like these young men, people will be attracted to you by your education and knowledge. But more importantly, they will be impacted by your heart and your conviction. People will be free to find their purpose and destiny through you. People will follow you and find their way. Today, I declare over you that you, 8th grade class of 2022 and high school class of 2026, are history makers. You will make history that will change life as we know it, and I truly believe that. Through your heart, your love for others, and your head, the education and knowledge, and that strong sense of conviction, doing what is right, even when others may not be, you will all create history that will change the lives of others and bring hope to the hurting and the lost. Always stand your ground and stand for what is right. Always, always stand on the side of justice. Today I stand here, and before me is a group of history makers at Promise Youth who are wired, you're wired to succeed during these difficult and challenging times. You're wired that way. That is your DNA. So as you move into high school, you must be aware of those things that will come to distract you and take you off track and to take your focus off what is important. But guys, you are resilient. You are stronger than you think, tougher than you know, adaptable and flexible. It is our responsibility, the staff and the team here at Lincoln and your parents, to ensure that we equip you with the stuff that you will need to lead during these times and beyond. So today, 8th grade class of 2022 and senior class of 2026, stay focused, remain steadfast, be ready to be poured into as we train you, not only to be academic scholars, but to grow as leaders and history makers who stand for justice and equity. Have fun in high school. You gotta have fun. Have a little fun. Remember, I'm there. That's my building. But don't waste your time. Don't waste your time on the petty things that will not produce growth in you and will not produce fruit. Trust your teachers and learn all that you can so you can be better equipped to become those leaders you are called to be. Take advantage of your training. Prepare to take college courses and leave high school with college credits or even a college degree. You can do this if you rise above what is expected and put in the time and the effort. The future is not for the weak, guys, or the faint. It is for the brave, for the bold, and for the strong, for those with fire in their bellies, for those who rise up. So 8th grade class of 2022, right? Go. When you're done, you go and make everywhere your feet touch a better place. Go be history makers and spread kindness to others, and always stand and speak up for justice. Congratulations, 8th grade class of 2022 and our senior high school class of 2026. We love you and Godspeed.
Good morning. My name is Ariel, but everyone calls me Ari. I've been at Lincoln since kindergarten, which if you do the math, it's 9 years. I've been playing basketball for Lincoln since 5th grade. When I first came to Lincoln, I was very antisocial. Lincoln is a small school, but you will still know that everyone in this school is family. It's so awesome to graduate with some peers I have known since young. As I am standing on this stage and speaking to you guys, I am still very frightened. But I am also honored to be on this stage and speak before you all today. When I first came to this school, I struggled to fit in and my behavior wasn't that great. But we all go through obstacles in life. But to this day, every morning I go on my phone and start this fake vlog. I just recorded the whole morning and afternoon. It is very funny because in the mornings my friends have attitudes. There was this one morning everyone was freezing and the vlog was very funny. My friends used to hate me for doing these vlogs, but as you look back at them, they are very funny. You can see all of our bonds and how close we are. Ever since I was young, I've always talked about being a teacher, and you can ask all of my friends. This year, though, we had a project for social studies called our college pathways. The project results showed that I have liked for culinary and education. This year made me realize that maybe I would like to teach culinary, but teaching culinary is my second option if basketball doesn't work out. Here at Lincoln, we treat everyone equally and everyone loves you for who you are. Lincoln teaches you how to be a leader. We say this creed every day for a reason. I'm created with a mighty purpose and destiny. That one part in the creed means a lot. It is saying that we are all strong and have a future. They don't just make us say this creed for no reason. They make us say it because the meaning of it is true. As a student at Lincoln, I say that this school is a very great charter school. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for me and my classmates. Before I leave you guys, I would like to give a special thank you to the CEO, Principal, Ms. Figueroa, for allowing me on the stage in this school. I also want to thank my coaches, but especially Coach Baker for pushing me through even the hardest times and keeping my mind on the right thing. Our teachers and staff are also a big part of our success. They help us with getting lunch, making sure we do well in classes. They also keep us safe. Another special thank you to my parents, what they have done for me this school year. The biggest thank you is to all my classmates for making this school year so fun and exciting. Thank you all for listening to me.
Mic check, we good? Okay, we good? Okay. Welcome all family, friends, staff, and students. My name is Javian Pujols, and I have been a student at Lincoln's leadership since kindergarten. Looking back at the past 9 years, I've learned not only the basics like the Take 5 rules, learning to count, and learning to share, but how to love and lead with a purpose and determination, to remain humble and to use my voice to stand up for what is right. I've also learned how to wear a mask and how to hold in a sneeze or cough so no one thought I had corona. It's been said that once you are a part of Lincoln, you are a part of a family. I can't tell you how many times I heard that. But I can honestly say that once you walk through these doors, you are met by the most welcoming, supportive, and understanding staff ever. We literally spent most of our middle school online learning through Zoom and had to adjust to a new way of life in a world that seems so uncertain. Our teachers were there to reassure us to stay on task and keep pressing forward. I have met some of my closest friends here at Lincoln that are now like family. The way you are supported and loved here is like no other, and is a trait I hope to keep with me as I journey on into high school. Through the years, I have had the opportunity and privilege to play basketball and baseball here at Lincoln, as well as wrestle and play football for my local youth sports league. Being an athlete has taught me a lot about determination, drive, perseverance, hard work, and how to keep a smile on my face, win or lose. There have been many times where my team has won and everything was happy, and many times where we have lost. But the most important thing is that we've shown up. I can relate to this in my middle school years in a sense because it's up to all of us to show up and show out every day, holding ourselves each other accountable as we begin to navigate our young adult lives. To quote my favorite NBA player, Kyrie Irving, do not doubt my motivation, determination, toughness, commitment, mental ability, nor my desire. Most of all, do not underestimate what I can achieve. To conclude with this verse from my favorite book of all time, the Bible, 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12 says, don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example in speech and conduct in love and faith and in purity. We all have a responsibility to become the young men and women we are destined to be. As we all take this next step into our high school years. My hope is that we all rise to the challenge when needed, accept criticism when necessary, and be the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. No matter where life's path will take us, I encourage you to take the path that I've least chosen. Set your sail and let all that you have learned lead the way. My name is J.V. Pools, and I am a student at Lincoln Leadership Academy Charter School. I am created with a mighty purpose and destiny. I am educable, successful, and strong. I am disciplined, capable, and talented. I want to love, learn, lead to my generation.
Yes.
Shout out to my family. I love that.
My name is Leonie. My name is Leonie De Jesus, and I'm excited to introduce this year's guest speaker for our Moving Up ceremony. Dr. Evans is the Director of Academic Advancements here at Lincoln, and he has been a longtime friend of Lincoln Leadership Academy Charter School. He served on the founding board of the school when it opened in 2009, and he has worked on the administrative team for several years. He was an elementary and middle school teacher in his early teaching careers. In addition to his work at Lincoln, Dr. Evans serves as an adjunct professor of leadership and education. Dr. Evans earned his bachelor's degree in elementary education, his master's degree in education, and a PhD in organizational leadership from Eastern University. Our class looks forward to working with you, Dr. Evans, as we begin our journey into high school and the dual enrollment program. We now welcome Dr. Evans.
Help me out a little bit, clap a little bit. Oh, morning. Thank you for clapping. Let me start back here a little bit. Then I'll move, but let me start back here. How many of you think that I woke up this morning never having touched a piano before and said, let me play today? Right, thank you. A little boy in the back. Yes, believe me, thank you. Well, the truth of the matter is, I did not start playing this morning. I mean, I played this morning, but I didn't start playing this morning. In fact, I'm about 50 years old, so my piano playing has been about 4 decades of playing. And when I first started playing, my mother, I was begging her for piano lessons around 8, 9 years old, and she found this neighbor lady across the street and down and over, and Miss Holt began teaching me piano lessons. And with Miss Holt at age 8 or 9, it wasn't that. And even that is being played much better than it was when I first started with Mrs. Holt. Because she would say, come on, Michael, 1, 2, 3, 4. And she would make sure that happened John Thompson style. That was Miss Holt. And I was with her for several years. Although I had begged for piano lessons, practicing didn't always come easy. And my mother helped to encourage the practice. So we practiced with her encouragement. And we'll just leave it at that. But it was an encouraged practice session because it was dollars attached to the practice. So there was encouragement attached to the practice. But then I left Miss Holt, and then I went to the music teacher at our school, Miss Peck, and all of a sudden she introduced the idea that I could use both my right and left hand when I was playing music. That was the music teacher. A little more than Miss Holt, but that was what the music teacher taught me. Miss Anthony taught me to read notes, and that really was when the encouragement set in, because reading notes took a lot more discipline than what I was willing to give it. So Miss Anthony was there, but I really had to work hard to learn the notes. And even to this day, because I didn't do my work with Miss Anthony, I'm hindered as a piano player. I can play a bunch, but I can't read as well as I could have read if I work with Mrs. Anthony. That's the truth. But I can play. Well, I left Mrs. Anthony, and then I moved to Mr. Babel. Mr. Babel was a lot of fun because he taught me how to play by ear and to hear what others were playing and kind of add. So he started teaching me chords that didn't quite fit, and I could add, and then, whoa, things are getting exciting. Yeah, who needs Mrs. Anthony? She wanted me to read by notes, but this teacher was telling me I could read by heart, and I could just play what I felt. So then I started playing with Mr. Babel, and I started playing by heart. Then eventually when I went to college, I started playing with Mr. Davis. And when I got with Mr. Davis, he just kind of helped me put it all together. So we started doing syncopated things, and we started playing diminished chords, and we started playing augmented chords, and we started playing offbeat and with other instruments, and we put it all together, a far cry from where I first started with Mrs. Holt. But it was because of Mrs. Holt that I'm able to play today. Mm-hmm. And it's because of the music teacher who taught me how to put the left hand and right hand together that I'm able to play today. And it's because of Miss Anthony, even though I wasn't entirely successful with note reading, who taught me how to read the notes and to discipline myself to play what was on the page. Opened the door for Mr. Babel, who taught me to play what was never on the page. And Mr. Davis, who taught me how to put it all together. Now, I didn't wake up this morning saying, let me play. I was prepared for this moment because of 4 decades of practice and people pouring into my lives. Here's what I'm saying today. Young people, you have big things in store for you, I know. And maybe all of you won't play the piano, I get it. But whatever you do end up playing, I promise you, you'll not just be able to wake up one day and say, let me do this thing. If you want to be a lawyer, you're not going to be able to wake up one day and say, oh, let me be a lawyer. If you want to be a doctor one day, it's not just when you feel good and ready one day, you wipe your eyes and say, hey, let's do this doctor thing. I promise you, it will be because line upon line, step upon step, daily, you have built a discipline, a knowledge, and a know-how. So when you sit down at your piano, whatever that is, you'll be able to put it all together and make it work. Can you imagine if I had stopped with Mrs. Holt? Let me ask the adults in the room and out in the space. How many of you, if you would, if this is triggering or hard for you, don't answer. But how many of you started taking lessons in something and you didn't finish taking lessons in that something, and you really wish that you had taken the lessons in the something, that if you had to do it over again, you would have kept doing it? Would you stand or raise your hand, identify yourself? Just stand so we can see. Please, if you don't mind, if that's not too triggering. Yeah, just stand. Young people, do you see? Now, if we had time, we would ask, thank you, we would ask, what is it that you wanted to learn? They would say, I wanted to learn blah, blah, blah. Well, what did you do? They might say, yeah, and I had a Mrs. Holt, and but then after Miss Holt, I had enough of it. So I stopped, or it got too hard, or it got too difficult, or I didn't like it, or I had to do other things. But I promise you, everyone who stood up probably would have told their younger self, push through, make it happen, keep practicing, keep applying the encouragement, let's make this happen. You're going to appreciate this in years. Am I telling the truth? Give me some applause. Let me know. Yes. Young people, you have a beautiful opportunity not to live a regret. Not to live a regret. You don't just pop up and be a lawyer. You have to know how to piece together arguments. You have to learn how to read and write. You need to understand truth from fiction. You need to present. You need to make art. You need to know what you need to say when. That's what you're learning in 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. I need you on point in your music lessons so you can play when it's time. You don't just wake up and say, oh, let me run a business. There are a lot of people who are running businesses who don't know enough about math to stay out of trouble. So what I need you to do is get a hold of that vision of running a business, but what I need you to do is math. So when you get there, you can actually play the piano. I need you to be counselors. I understand that. But if you don't learn to be respectful to your classmate and use your words in ways that build up and encourage, I don't know if I'm going to be able to trust you with a client. Because you're Mrs. Holt learning now for what will be. There's nothing sadder than to see someone who's ready to play who has not put in the work. Let that not be said of you. Teachers, I have to tell you, go ahead and Mrs. Holt yourself out. I know it might not make sense what you teach every day, and you don't always see the connection of what you're drilling in them today, how that actually lays a foundation for the house that they're able to build. But if you know anything about building, parents, it's not what goes up, it's what gets established in the foundation. We don't always even see the foundations of buildings, but that's what dictates how big the building can be. So teachers, keep digging the foundation. In places where people may not see, in places where you may not be acknowledged for it, it may not register, keep Mrs. Holting us. Because what you're doing, whether you believe it or not, is you are creating students who will be able to play because you've taught them the foundation. Parents, don't give up. Parents, don't give up. All right, parents, I'm glad you're clapping for them. Now let's talk to you. It is not time for autopilot.
That's right.
In fact, the more that I learn of having children grown up of my own, in fact, parenting increases as the students get older, not decreases.
That's right.
Parents need more connection. They need more involvement. It's different, but they need you to be as involved in their lives when they were young and in diapers, when they're grown and when they're driving. They need you. And sometimes in whatever form you need to give it, I'll leave it at that. Because you see something. You see something in them that requires a group of people around them to pull it out, because they're going to get tired and you're going to say, I know you're tired, but you're going to keep going on. They're not going to want to do their work. And I know you don't want to do your work, but you're going to keep going on, because in 20 years, you're going to thank me for what I did today. Do not parent your children with these faces in mind. Add 20 years to it and say, what do you want those 40-year-olds to say about you? Don't be distracted by their attitudes. Don't be just say, you can't tell. Say, oh, no. Yes, we can. And we will. And we are.
That's right.
Get back to play. Get back to play. No one who knows how to play regrets that they can play. It's only those who don't know how to play that sometimes wish that they could. Be parents. Be teachers. Learn. So that when you sit down one day, you don't even have to work hard at it, because you've already worked hard at it. You don't have to think or look, or you don't have to wonder, because you've already trained your fingers to play. So my fingers already do what 40 years we've been doing. But if you've not done that with your fingers, you can't do it with this piano. I'm telling you, this is an opportunity for you to create the future that you want to create. But it requires discipline and hard work. Keep pushing through.
That's right.
That is a C minor over A. You like that? You feel that? See, most people just play the C, but you need that minor to help rich it up a little bit. I can do that because I've practiced. Young people, don't sell yourself short.
That's right.
The future that will be yours is absolutely in your hand. Your ability to play is connected with your practice. Do your work so you can enjoy your future. Thank you so much. Be well.
Good morning, Lincoln family, students, and faculty. We're going to start by handing out our awards. When your name is called for any award, please stand and remain at your seat to be recognized. The first award is the Presidential Elect Excellence Award. This award is given on behalf of the President of the United States and the United States Secretary of Education to students who have a GPA of 3.5 or higher. Alondra Cava. Emiliana Escarfalera. Antonio Escarfalera. Javion Puas. Jonah Howard. Adriana Candelario. Mayalea Hernandez. Justin Mamari. Anaya Holder. Kiana Smith. Jayana Tenebruso. Sky Cortez. Jocelyn Fuentes. Manuel Rosario. Caitlin Yaboa Adam. Jaden Burgos. Elijah George. Dariana Hamilton. Yanalise Gonzalez Sepulveda. Nayani De Jesus. Jeremiah Garcia. Giovanni Polanco. Jathan Burgos. Alana Smith. Jade Rodriguez Rosario. And Joshua Arizari. Please be seated. I would like to call up Mrs. Candelmo for the presentation of our next award. Thank you so much.
Good morning. When your name is called, please stand and remain at your seat to be recognized. Our second award is the Presidential Achievement Award. This award is given on behalf of the President of the United States and the United States Secretary of Education to students who have shown tremendous growth throughout the school year and demonstrate commitment to learning despite various obstacles. Joel Benjamin Morales. Javon Keanu. Kianli Toribio De Jesus. Ariel Taylor. Levi Landis. Iad Salome. Tiffany Perez Maldonado. Jalen Hunter. Demario Pagan. Ricardo Torres. Jacqueline Chalua Lopez. Jeremiah Medina. Celia Garcia. Kiara Castillo. I would like to call up Ms. Anderson for the presentation of our next award.
Good morning. When your name is called, please stand and remain at your seat to be recognized. This next award is the Excel Honor Roll. This award is given to students who maintained an overall GPA of 3.6 or higher. Alondra Cava. Emiliana Escafiluri. Antonio Escafiluri. Javion Puyos. Jonah Powell. Justin Mamari. Adriana Candelario. Mayalea Hernandez. Anaya Holder. Kiana Smith. Jayana Tenebroso. Sky Cortez. Jocelyn Fuentes. Manuel Rosario. Caitlin Yaboa Addo. Jaden Burgos. Elijah George. And Dariana Hamilton. Please be seated. I would like to call up Mr. Holgerhide, Mr. Mitchell, and Mr. Fogar for the presentation of our next award. Thank you.
Good morning. When your name is called, please stand and remain at your seat to be recognized. The next award is the Honor Roll. This award is given to students who maintain an overall GPA of 3.5 to 3.0. Jade Rodriguez Rosario. Levi Landis. Gianni Toribio de Jesus. Ariel Taylor. Demario Pagan. Joel Benjamin Morales. Alana Smith. Jeremiah JJ Garcia. Leani De Jesus. Jacqueline Cholula Lopez. Jadelyn Quinones. Nasir Washington.
I'm doing the same thing. Iyad Salome. Jalen Hunter. Troy Bailey. Jeremiah Medina. Yasmin Guzman. Jathan Burgos. Joshua Ilizari. Ricky Torres. Celia Garcia. Tiffany Perez Maldonado. Ureli Ramos. And Javon Hunter.
And the list continues. Senya Tejada. Yanni Gonzalez. Giovanni Polanco. Jovan Kiano. Kiera Castillo. Angeli Matias. Antalia Mitchell. Julian Tavares Sanchez. Feliani Bobanagua Gonzalez. Pianalise Rivera. Ajon White. Jadis Burton. And Brandon Poplowski. We'd like to call up Mrs. Candemo and Mrs. Anderson for the presentation of the Math Awards.
When your name is called, please stand and remain at your seat to be recognized. So I'm going to give out the Academic Excellence Award. And this award is given to students who have excelled in mathematics the whole year. Justin Mameri. Jonah Powell. And Sky Cortez.
Academic Achievement. This award is given to students who have significantly improved in math throughout the school year. Elijah George. Jocelyn Fuentes. Dariana Hamilton. We would like to call up Ms. Spott for the presentation of the ELA Awards.
Good morning. When your name is called, please stand and remain at your seat to be recognized. For academic excellence for ELA, this award is given to students who have excelled in ELA the whole year. Alondra Cava, Amy Liana Escofori, Davion Pujols. For academic achievement, this award is given to students who have significantly improved in ELA throughout the school year. This award is given to Brandon Poplowski, Jade Rodriguez Rosario, and Iyad Salome. I would like to call up Ms. Davis for the presentation
When your name is called, please stand and remain at your seat to be recognized. Academic excellence. This award is given to students who have excelled in science the whole year. Jocelyn Fuentes. Manuel Rosario. Antonio Escarpelli. Academic achievement. This award is given to students who have significantly improved in science throughout the school year. Tiffany Perez Maldonado. Alana Smith. And Kiani Toribio de Jesus. Please be seated. I would like to call up Mr. Pogart for the presentation of our Social Studies Awards. Thank you.
When your name is called, please stand, remain at your seat to be recognized. Academic excellence. This award is given to students who have excelled in social studies the whole year. Kiana Smith. Caitlin Yaboa Ado. And Anaya Holder. Academic achievement. This award is given to students who have significantly improved in social studies throughout the school year. Ricky Torres. Yanni Gonzalez. And Jalen Hunter. I would like to call up Mrs. Jones and Ms. Bedoya for the presentation of our next awards.
When your name is called, please stand and remain at your seat to be recognized. The Servant Heart Award is given to students who have displayed selfless love and service towards others. Celia Garcia. Jocelyn Fuentes. Jade Rodriguez Rosario. Javian Pujols. Anaya Holder. Emily Juarez Campos. Dariana Hamilton. Kiana Smith.
Aleshka Rivera. Jaden Grant. Giuliani Bobanagua. Alondra Cava. Alana Smith. Amy Liana Escarpulari. Yancelis Gonzalez. And Manuel Rosario. Please be seated. We would like to call up Ms. Bradlaugh and Ms. Spott for the presentation of our last awards.
Sure. Good morning, everybody. When your name is called, please stand and remain at your seat to be recognized. The Citizenship Award is given to students who have shown kindness, consideration, and respect towards teachers and students.
Ariel Taylor. Jeremiah Medina. Jayana Tenebruso. Levi Landis. Iyad Saloom. Elijah George. Kiara Castillo. Yasmilin Guzman. Caitlin Yaboa Otto. Yeshua Perez Gonzalez. Jalen Hunter. Jeremiah Garcia.
Jovan Quijano. Jonah Powell. Joshua Irizarry. Antalia Mitchell. Maya Leah Hernandez. Zenia Tejada. Joel Benjamin Morales. Asia Lee. Giovanni Polanco. Troy Bailey. And Antonio Escarpulari.
please be seated. We would like to call up Mr. Sprager for the presentation of the 8th grade certificates.
Good morning. This brings us to the moment we've all been waiting for. Class of 2022 8th grade and the senior class of 2026, please stand. Tylee Almonte. Troy Bailey. Deliani Babanagua Gonzalez. Blaze Brown. Jaden Burgos. Jathan Burgos. Jadis Burton. Alondra Caba. Emily Flores Campos. Adriana Camilleri. Khalees Canner. Alexander Cavajal. Kiera Castillo. Sky Cortez. Carmelo De Jesus. Leilani De Jesus. Carolyn Cruz Garcia. Jeremiah Garcia. Amy Escalfari. Antonio Escalfari. Tyler Ford. Miguel Franco. Jocelyn Fuentes. Celia Garcia. Elijah George. Yanni Gonzalez. Jaden Grant. Jasmine Guzman Marcelino. Dariano Hamilton. Naylia Hernandez. Anaya Holder. Jalen Hunter. Javon Hunter. Joshua Irizarry. Marley Jean-Louis. Levi Landis. Asia Lee. Jacqueline Jalula Lopez. Justin Mamari.
Yay, another Mamari.
Angelique Matias. Brianna Maurer. Jeremiah Medina. Gaika Millionaire. Antolia Mitchell. Joel Benjamin Morales. Josiah Oma. Demario Pagan. Joshua Perez. Tiffany Perez Maldonado. Giovanni Polanco. Brandon Poplowski. Jonah Powell. Javion Pujos.
Congratulations.
Javon Keanu. Jadelyn Quiones. Janavalise Ramirez. Yariel Ramos. Correction, Yarieli Ramos. Alicia Rivera. Primalise Rivera. Javaya Rivera. Jade Rodriguez Rosario. Danielle Rivera. Correction, Danielle Rosario. Ian Kaum. Emmanuel Santiago. Alana Smith. Kiana Smith. Jenselyn Suazo. Julian Tavares. Ariel Taylor. Senia Tejada. Jayana Tenabruso. Kianli Burrito de Jesus. Jaylise Torres. Nasir Washington. Ajan White. Edward White. Caitlin Deborah Otto. And Ricky Torres. At this time, please remain standing for the moving of the tassels. On this day, June 7th, 2022, with the moving of the tassels, you now are the freshman class and the graduating class of 2026. You may move your tassel. Congratulations. Nice work.